Hi friends, welcome to CodeNet, and today we want to understand how we can embed HTML inside a PHP document. A PHP document is simply a document which has been saved with the extension .php. Like you can tell here, this document is of PHP type because I've saved the document with the extension first php.php. If you want to understand everything in relation to how you can reach at this stage, please check the description. There is a video that will show you on how to configure all the necessary tools and the IDE, including the server which we've installed for we to start now working with PHP code. So this is the actual document now, a PHP file. Now, how can we embed HTML inside PHP? Well, at the start, even if you are to double check our sessions for HTML, you can see the description. There is a link to HTML as a full course. If you want to understand that, we need to embed the syntax of PHP inside the syntax of HTML. Please get that clear. The syntax of PHP, for as long as we are still inside the PHP document, should be embedded inside the syntax of HTML. So at first, we need to create the syntax of HTML, of which the syntax is doc type HTML, and then from there we even close. So here we need now to specify at least the 2 or 3 necessary elements of HTML where the PHP code will go in. Elements of HTML is simply everything from the starting tag, the closing tag, and the content in between. So the first thing that we need to implement is the element HTML itself, of which the starting tag is HTML, and definitely we even close. We even provide now the closing tag for HTML, which is / and then HTML. So like this, then we've specified the actual element for HTML. Now here we need also to specify the body element of HTML, because the actual syntax of PHP will go inside the syntax of HTML. I'm sure you understand. So here we specify now the body element, which is body. We even close, and then from there we even provide the closing tag for the body as an element of HTML, and then body, and then we even close. So now the content or the syntax of PHP should be coming in between the body element. This is, of course, you can tell that it is a nested element because also body is a member of the HTML element. You understand the syntax of HTML if you go on our sessions for HTML. You can check the description. So today, what we want to understand is how can we now implement the actual syntax of HTML. So since we are dealing with HTML, then definitely also different things and different techniques of HTML can also be worked on. For example, we can even have our second heading, which we can specify with an opening tag and a closing tag, which is home. Let's just say home page. So definitely through we are working with PHP, but these will be also executed because we've already implemented HTML inside our PHP document. Now, what if we want to use now the techniques and the scripts of PHP? Can we like echo from here? The answer is a no. We can't do the other things inside unless we provide again the syntax for PHP. So the syntax for PHP, we've learned that we say okay, the less than sign, the question mark, then PHP, and then we also close the actual syntax with a question mark and a greater than sign. And here we can also echo the content echo. This is the home page for PHP and HTML session. So definitely this will be printed out and it will be executed by the server because we've denoted that okay, this is the syntax for PHP and it is inside a PHP based script or document. And then from here, some of the things that we can work with, of course, are simply printing out the content that are in between the elements of HTML, whilst the content is within the scripts of PHP. Okay, what am I talking about? Let's implement. I'm saying, okay, that we can even create a line break. You understand what a line break is from the previous session, and then we can say, okay, break this line because we want this to be printed, the next line to be printed on a new line. And then we can say, okay, I want to print out the content of which echo is. Now the content in between, I want this to be of the heading 1 as the first heading of HTML. So this we can say, okay, open the open tag for first heading, and then you also close. Again, you provide the closing tag for HTML, of which it is h1 based, and then from there we can say, okay, I love PHP. So definitely this will also be printed out, will be given as output on our browser. Why? Because it is an integration of PHP and HTML, hence they can all work. For example, let's start testing this code as we progress with our entire session of integrating HTML inside PHP. So let's do this, and then definitely let's refresh our page for you to see if this code can of course work out. So yes, it is working. So home page, that is H2 based on HTML individually, and then we are saying, okay, this is the home page for PHP and HTML session. That is an echo statement inside the PHP script. Then what else? Okay, we are saying, okay, echo h1 inside the echo in between the double quotes, which is of course an element of HTML. I love PHP. And definitely we are even seeing the content in between the echo as a statement being printed out. I love PHP. Hence HTML can be embedded inside PHP. The integration can happen. This is why from the introduction we are saying PHP allows us to work with different file formats, HTML, CSS, and anything including PHP code. So like this, then we can even progress and also print out maybe, let's say, a paragraph. We can say, okay, this is a paragraph. Hello guys, HTML is working inside our PHP document. So definitely it is working, and this is a paragraph. So if we refresh the page, we will see that also this will be printed out on the screen. Hello guys, HTML is working inside our, okay, let's just double check the spelling for our, inside our PHP document. If we refresh also the spelling, we are done. So this is the actual introduction or basics we can give on the introduction of HTML inside a PHP document. Don't forget, always start with the syntax for HTML. Then the content and all of the scripts that are related to PHP should be inside the syntax of PHP, which should become in between the element body of HTML. Let's progress into our next session as we understand the different data types that are available in PHP. Please don't forget to subscribe, and you are on CodeNet.